Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about how to have more peace and happiness in your life, starting right now, today. Let's dive in. I was the type of person who thought in order to be happy, I need to go achieve this. I will not be happy until I make this much money, or once I get to this checkpoint in life, then I can finally feel good. But until I'm there, I'm stressed, I'm pissed, I'm just gonna be white knuckling my way to the next checkpoint. And so today I'm gonna talk to you about some stuff that I've been doing recently and talk really about how to finally be at peace and to find more happiness in your life exactly as it is right now. One of the things I've really been focusing on for the past, I'd say 10 months or so, about 10 months, is I've really been focusing on prioritizing my happiness, prioritizing my peace and happiness. And it's not easy, which is what's really interesting about it. It's not really easy, especially because we live in a society of more. We live in a society where you always have to be achieving, you always have to be working, you always have to be going to the next thing. If you're not achieving, then you're lazy. Too much is never enough. And for me personally, I developed early on, at about 20 years old, I developed this habit, this addiction to working. I became, I was never addicted to drugs or alcohol or any of that type of stuff. Food, those are never my addictions. My addiction was working because I was like, I need to get to this checkpoint. I need to get to this place of quote unquote success so I can finally feel good. And being a workaholic is basically the only addiction that is rewarded and praised in our society, because they're like, oh man, you're doing so well, you're making so much money, you're having so much success, and you're like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing, I need to keep going. And so we're really raised from childhood to always be going for the next thing and to never slow down and to never be satisfied with where you are. If you think about it, from childhood, we go into school and we have to perform in school to get to the next grade, And it's like, hey, you better do really good in first grade and start memorizing that, how to spell cat so that you can get to the second grade. And you better do good in second grade so you can get to third grade and fourth grade, and then in middle school and then high school. And in high school, you better do really well so that you can get to college. And then when you get to college, you better do really well so that you can get a good job. And then when you get a good job, you better do really well so you can get a promotion. And it never fucking stops. Like, will I still be motivated if I don't desire things? Yeah, because your motivation could come from lack of self-worth and buying things and achieving things to fill the void, or your motivation could come from doing something great. Like trying to find like real true motivation. It's the difference between intrinsic motivation versus extrinsic motivation. And I did a podcast episode on this a few weeks ago, which is the difference between intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. But really, can we stop worrying about being extrinsically motivated about the things that we're going to buy and the things we're going to do and the achievements and the badges and the degrees and all those things, and start saying like, what is it that would make me feel good? What would give me lasting fulfillment? So you can find stuff to be grateful for if you're searching for it. The problem is that most of us are searching for what we don't have. What you want to do is you want to search for what you have and be grateful for the things that you have. And if you go from there, you'll actually have greater levels of persistence when you have that intrinsic motivation, being grateful for what you have and working towards something greater. So that is the key to being happier and more peaceful. So that's what I got for you for today's episode. If you love this episode, please share it on your Instagram stories. Tag me at Rob Dial Jr., ROBDIALJR. If you love this podcast, you'll definitely love Mindset Mentor Plus, which is something that I just launched. This podcast, you can listen to it very passively, but I really have been working at how can I help you actively integrate each podcast episode into your life. And so Mindset Mentor Plus, what we do is we have worksheets, multi-page worksheets that come printable, everything for you to work through and not just listen to this episode, but take this entire episode, be able to read through it, be able to read through extra stuff. It's like a mini masterclass for every single episode. We go deeper into every single topic. I give journaling questions for you to go through, assignments for you to go through so that you can really integrate every single one of these podcast episodes into your life. If you want to learn more about it, go to mindsetmentor.com. Once again, mindsetmentor.com. Also, as part of it, there's a community of all of the people who are Mindset Mentor Plus that are people who are learning, growing, improving themselves. I also do Q&A sessions inside of there as well. And so if you want to learn more, just go to mindsetmentor.com. And with that, I'm going to leave you the same way I leave you every single episode. Make it your mission to make someone else's day better. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have an amazing day.